Hello, today I would like to show you my collection of lithops, which has expanded, and also to tell you how I care for them. And most of them, they are without names, unfortunately, just only a few have IDs. So lithops or living stones, they usually are from Southwest Africa, and they are used to the extreme weather which is there. So they like sunny position, so north windowsill it's not for them. And I keep mine in the house, although they could withstand up to 5 degrees Celsius, but I don't want to risk it. As you can see, the soil or the potting mix which they are in, it's very mineral and well and fast draining, and it mainly consists of pumice, grit, Hachikura grit. There is a bit of perlite and Jones Inns number 2. So those succulents are really fascinating. As you can see, there are 2 fused leaves, and between them there is a split or fissure, from which a new pair of leaves or a bud appear. They've got all different textures, colors, and markings on the top of the leaves. Generally, they are easy to cultivate as long as you respect the life cycle and you know the watering regime, because it's a bit different to your standard houseplants or even cacti and succulents. I haven't experienced any pests with them. The only thing is that if you see that they are a bit elongated, it may mean that there is not enough light and too much water even. About watering I will tell you a bit later. The thing that I wanted to mention as well, that with young seedlings, the transformation that they go through, which again I will show you in the later part of this video, they may go a few times even during the year, and also they may require a bit more watering than more mature plants. In winter, it's a good idea to give them a bit of rest as well by lowering the temperature. If you've got them in the house on the windowsill and underneath there is a radiator, check out my other video how you can reduce the temperature. Oh, one more thing, it's always lithops. 1 lithops, 2 lithops, there is always S at the end. Now, as to watering, I start watering mine usually in spring or through the summer, and the last watering is around November, and throughout the winter I don't water them at all. When it's watering time, I observe the plants. When I see that it gets wrinkled and as if sunken into the soil, then I water them. Obviously, the potting mix needs to dry out between watering. I'll explain more when about watering when showing the beautiful transformation of the lithops, but I need to get rid of this green one. As you can see, it doesn't look healthy. So sometimes the problem is that they are sold with so many lithops at a different stage of their growth in one pot. So that's why it may something like may happen. Also, you can see that the old pair of leaves has shriveled and it's just a withered shell, so you can gently remove it. So my journey or adventure with lithops started with this one, and last year it bloomed for me in August. And I already made a video about its life cycle, but what happened next? So the flower withered, and the pair of leaves, the outer one, they started to wrinkle and shrinkle, and the new pairs, you could see twins, emerged. And later on this year, again, it flowered. So as you can see, when it's in the process of flowering, I water it throughout. So it's better to give a proper water once quite good, rather than just a bit there and a bit here. And another one transformed. So this is the mother plant, and then from this fissure, as you can see, new pair of leaves, again twins, arrives. So as you could see, there was a sign don't water, because when all the leaves are starting to separate, a new pair arrives between them. They take or absorb water from the old leaves. So you shouldn't water the plant then. So in order for the plant to flower, it needs to be at least 3-year-old, and the flowers can be yellow, also white, and also have seen presentation that it was with a tinge of pink. And they usually start flowering August, September. They can even bloom in October. If you want to pollinate them, you will need to have flowers from 2 different plants. So even if, for instance, I've got here two of them flowering, they are basically from the same plant, so I can't pollinate. So I would need to have another plant to do so, which I attempted later on. You will see as well in this video. And again, another one. As you can see, through the split, there's a new pair of leaves coming out. Again, it's twins. So this is how the lithops propagate themselves. Obviously, you can also sow the seeds, and I did last year or the beginning of this year. I can't remember now. Unfortunately, nothing germinated. To recap, I water when the old leaves, like you can see here, they are shriveled, and throughout summer when they are starting to flower, and throughout winter, after the flowers died off, I don't water them at all. So after flowering, the new growth starting to happen between the leaves, even if we don't see that. And so throughout autumn and winter to spring, you don't water them. Even though the leaves seem a bit dried, don't be tempted to water, because the process of absorbing water nutrition is through all the leaves. As you could see, I tried to pollinate. Unfortunately, it wasn't a success. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumb up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!